friends, welcome to my channel. So in this video I am going to explain you about complex mathematical functions, so which are available in CMATH library. Most of the people might be familiar with math library, but there is a slight difference between math library and CMATH library. So I will try to explain you in a simplest manner so that you can understand about using of entire this CMATH library within 5 minutes. So let us proceed with this. So the thing is that first let me import math. Okay, so why I'm importing math, because you'll understand within 1-2 minutes, right? So now what I'll do is, for example, I want to take x equal to let me say 9. Okay, now I want to say y equal to math dot, I'll use one function sqrt square root of, let me say x. Okay, I want to find out the math square root of x, so which is available in math. So now I will say print y. So what I'm getting is square root of x I am storing in y, then I am printing it. Okay, so the same thing I am executing. Just wait for a result, it will display the result. It's taking little time to execute. Yes, we got output as 0. Now if I give something like 10, once again I am changing the x value here. So now I want to find out the square root of x. Okay, so if I can give any real number, right? For example, if I say if I give 999. Okay, so now what is the square root of 999? So in this case the square root function is working for any real number. Okay, now what happens if I give, for example, for 9 it is giving, now I'll give -9. Now I want to find out a square root of a negative number. So generally what happens, square root of a negative number will be a complex number. When you take root over negative number, that is a complex number. So here when math library is having a limitation that it will not operate with the complex numbers. So now instead of that, what I will do is, so just I will say I will write import CMath. Okay, so all right, so for example I will write it as separate code. So I will write import CMath, which stands for complex mathematics. So now same thing, I'll say x1 equal to -9, and now y1, let me take y1, already we have used y. So y equal to math dot, sorry, it's not math, now it's cmath dot sqrt of x. Okay, it's not x, it's x1. Now I want to print y1. Okay, now this is my program. So let me execute this program. If I execute this, the answer is 3j, which is a complex number. In other words, you can understand like a 0 plus 3j. So that is what square root of -9. If I say square root of -9 point, let me say 9.5. Okay, now let us check it how it responds. So this gives 3.08j. So means whenever the answer is a complex number, or if you want to supply input in terms of a complex number, so math library is having a limitation. So because complete math library will work depending upon the real numbers input only. You cannot give input as a complex number for any function which is existing, that is existing in a math library. But whereas if your input is a complex number, then you must and should go with a CMath library only. Okay, the difference between math and CMath is simple, because it is all about handling the complex numbers. Okay, so if you are dealing with the complex numbers, use complex mathematics CMath library. If you are dealing with the real numbers, use math library. And more or less functions are same. So in math library we have like trigonometric functions, we have algebraic functions, and we have logarithmic functions. So like that we have different functions are there. In CMath library also you have same function. But what is the difference? For example, you take a sin x. So if you take, let us try to write one more program here. Okay, so now I will write once again, already imported, no need to write this, import CMath. Okay, so import, I'll say first math. Okay, now I will say x2 equal to, let me say I would like to take 0.738 j. This is what my angle in degrees. Now what I'll do is I'll take y2. So y2 equal to math dot sin. I want to take the sign of that value x2. Okay, now I will say print so y2. Okay, so now I will execute this program. So what I will get is an error. What it is telling, it must be a real number, not a complex number. So here my input is a complex number, my angle which is in radians, which is a complex value. That is the reason CMATH function, sine function is not responding. Now math function is not responding. So now what I'll do, I'll make it CMATH here. Okay, now I will use the same sine function which is existing in a CMATH complex mathematics library. Now if I execute this, now you see I'm getting answer. Answer is also a complex number. So like whatever the functions that we have in math library, they are all of them are existing in CMath also, but only different is if your input is a complex number, then what you have to do is you have to import the same function from the complex CMath library. So this is what the major difference. So let us